Fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter holding a professional record, 16 wins, 5 losses, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Biloxi, Mississippi, Alan the Talent Felcher! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter holding a professional record, 23 wins, 3 losses, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 186 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, hoesmart paulharles! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murriata.
Dan, Fox Sports is proud to partner with Shriners Hospitals for Children during our UFC on Fox coverage. Shriners provides the highest quality care for children. They've helped transform the lives of nearly 1 million kids with specialized care in orthopedics and spinal cord injury. To donate now, please visit ShrinersHospitalsForChildren.org. Time to get things started. Belcher and Paulen.
You ready, sir? Let's go fight.
And here we go. Tonight's clock brought to you by Chronicle, Lost Footage Edition on Blu-ray, May 15th. Black trunks for Paulen. The silver trunks for Alan Belcher. Both men Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. In fact, Belcher earned his black belt from a good friend and former coach of Paulen in Elio Seneca. Nice front kick by Paulen early. The Muay Thai advantage definitely lies on the side of Belcher.
Yeah, I'm curious to see whether Belcher is going to utilize the leg kicks, because he's got to worry about Paulen grabbing one of those. He may just try to stick only with his boxing technique, and Paulen immediately dived on a leg. See how explosive he is? This is a terrible position for Belcher right away. They're playing footsies here. This is not what he wants to do, man. He wants to get out of this position. I mean, he has Paulen's leg locked up in his legs. He's looking for a twister. Look at this. Belcher is looking for a twister. He lost the position. If he can get that Paulen's arm again behind his head, that's what he wants to do, that right arm. Now he's going for a banana split. But the position he's in right now, what he wants to do is hold on to that wrist very firmly with his right arm, keep it with his left arm, and wrap it around his head. Belcher wants to see it, try to put it around his head. Once he gets it around his head, then he has to let go or hold on with his left hand and grab a hold of Paulen's neck like that and crank it. It's a neck crank. He's got to get away from that leg, that right leg, because Paulen is defending with that. Hold on to that right arm with all he's got. He's got to grab it like a baseball bat. Grab it as if he was swinging a baseball bat with Paulen's right arm. Now he's good. He's gonna lose the position here. Now he's got to worry about Paulen rolling on his leg.
Paulen is so powerful, Joe.
When Paulen has a hold of his legs, now he's in trouble. He's immediately now in trouble.
Not what Belcher wants.
This is terrible for Belcher. Belcher's got to explode and get out of there. Put weight on that right leg. Put weight on that right leg. Don't let him do this.
This is
Belcher has to push down.
Excels.
He's doing a good job of pushing down with his legs. But Belcher can't play footsies with Paulen like this. The more this goes, the more he's going to get into a rhythm that he can't defend. Belcher's got to push down with that leg, free this leg down. Now scoot his hips back. He's got to scoot his hips back and get that leg further back. Right now he's okay. Right now he's okay. If he gets to the right side of his body, Paulen's body, you got to look for Paulen wrapping his arm around the heel of Alan Belcher. The right leg is the one that's in jeopardy. That's the leg that's in between the two legs of Paulen. And Belcher is pushing. He's pushing. He's got to scoot his hips back up.
He slid back a couple of times, especially the first time the leg became exposed, Joe, to try to do exactly what you said, take away the weapon that Paulen utilizes most often.
He's doing it again here, and that's the heel. The heel of the right leg is what he's going to wrap his elbow around and crank it. It's what's called a heel hook. And what it does, literally, it turns the knee sideways and tears it apart. And Belcher looks like he's out. He's got to keep weight on that leg. And now get out of there. Back your hips up and get out of there, Alan.
Belcher goes right to the danger zone that exists within the game of Paulen. And showcasing his black belt skills in jiu-jitsu.
Look at this. Alan Belcher is hanging in there, pulling out of the arm triangle, pulling out of the armbar rather.
Harris trained by former UFC middleweight champion Marilla Bustamante.
I'm just amazed that Paulen is still in this position and Belcher hasn't backed out of it. Hold his wrists, don't grab his gloves. Belcher must be very confident in jiu-jitsu. Big elbow by Belcher. Big elbow! Big elbow!
Big shots by Alan Belcher. Belcher looking to overwhelm Paulen with some serious ground and pound. Look at Belcher go! Hammer fists. Paulen trying to finish it right here. It is all over. Alan Belcher has beaten hoesmart Paulen.
Not only did he beat him after he fell into Paulen game. That's what's so impressive about it. He fell into Paulen's game, defended against the most dangerous heel hook artist in MMA, got through it. And there's a big elbow that started it all off. You see Paulen is in all sorts of trouble here, and another big elbow. And then big punches to the side. Paulen is trying to block the elbow with his, and then the hammer fist sneaks through. You can see his eyes wobble in his head right there. And Alan Belcher swarms in for the finish. And Dan Miragliotta sees enough. Beautiful, beautiful victory for Alan Belcher.
Fourth straight victory for Alan the Talent Belcher inside the octagon. The official decision coming up next, right here on Fox. No Cages, HD.com. Powerful ground and pound turned in by Alan Belcher with the official decision. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliotta has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 18 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Alan the Talent Belcher.
All right, I'm here with the winner, Alan the Talent Belcher. First of all, Alan, congratulations. Big victory over a really dangerous guy. I think you surprised him, you surprised me, and probably a lot of other people here. You initiated the ground game.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. Why don't you guys ask Toquinho who the baddest man on MMA on the ground is? Not him no more.
Well, let's look at how you did it, because you almost caught him in a twister. You laced his legs up, and you took yourself into the most dangerous waters as far as jiu-jitsu and MMA is concerned. He is a leg lock specialist, and that is exactly where you fell to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love this move. You can ask everybody I train with. We're going for this stuff all the time. All this, it was just pretty much standard procedure. I've been doing this all the time in training camp. I was so ready, I wasn't scared in this fight. I just wanted to come in and prove that I could beat the best guy on the ground, I can beat the best guy on standing up. And baby, that belt is mine. I'm coming for it. And I think you know it now. Right? You know it.
Well, let's take a look at the finish here. You hurt him with some big elbows from the mount, or excuse me, from the guard, and then finish him off with some ground and pound here. What were you thinking while this was going on?
I was thinking, geez, Miragliotta, stop the